Alright, hello and welcome to Camel Finance. I'm your boy Camel, and coming up today in just a few hours is of course FOMC. So I will be paying attention to that. I will be paying a lot of attention to this, and for tomorrow morning UK time I will be looking to upload a summary and a deep dive of everything I see in this Federal Reserve speech. I will be doing my best to break down all of it, as I do with every FOMC. So make sure you're subscribed if you want to see that. The Fed rate hikes will accomplish one thing in the end, and that is a recession. Many people think we're already in one. Maybe Powell is aiming for depression, an orchestrated crisis to force everyone into accepting CBDCs and a digital dollar. 2023, fun times ahead. Well, maybe. That is certainly one possibility. Is it really unreasonable to think that Powell could hint at a pivot or pause today and they could hike 50 to 100 basis points today and then that would be it? The economy is in a bad place. The election is just a couple of months away, less than 2 months, I think, in November. He may not want to interfere, and FinTwit will be incredibly upset if this pivot happens soon. So in summary, happy FOMC day, but remember, when everyone is thinking alike, someone isn't thinking. Everyone thinks 75 basis point hikes today is highly likely, with a small group of people thinking 100 basis points is more likely. But what if they hike 50 basis points? And what if it's 100 basis points or 75 and then they pause? Of course, this pivot will first come in the form of a pause. They're not just going to start cutting rates right away. So I've been calling for this in September, maybe October. We're about to find out if I was right or wrong about this. If I'm wrong about this, then that's fine, but it's more concerning that we're going to have a controlled demolition and this big reset. I just don't think they're there yet, but we are soon going to find out. Make sure you come back tomorrow and check that out. This is one scenario that I've shown. Is this likely? Do we just get a little bit more of a pullback and then go? The key thing here being that this forms like an inverse head and shoulders and holds the June lows. It does not make new lows. This is certainly one scenario that we've seen play out a bunch of times before. Of course, the more scary bearish view, as I posted on the 29th of August, is of course this 2008 fractal to come down and touch the bottom of this giant wedge structure. That is also on the cards. If you want to see the full deep dive for the bear scenario, I made a video, here it is, called This is Scary, about 3 weeks ago, so you can go and check that out. Meanwhile, Bitcoin continues to hold strong above the lows, now at $19,000-ish, so that's great to see. And how many days until the 11th of November? Well, of course, 51. We are 51 days away from when I believe the final low in this bear market will form. So there really isn't a great deal of time left to accumulate, in my opinion. We are seeing the big boys stepping in. NASDAQ plans to offer custody services for Bitcoin and Ether to institutional investors, according to Bloomberg. And with NASDAQ now launching their own crypto custody solution, we've seen Fidelity offering Bitcoin custody and retirement account access, BlackRock partnering with Coinbase to offer Bitcoin to institutions and high net worth individuals. We've seen Citadel launching a crypto trading platform. How can you look at this stuff and think that Bitcoin is doomed? Bitcoin is just going to continue to go down. Silly numbers like 3,000 or 6,000 or 10,000 are coming. I just don't see it. I think that these boys have moved in right at the bear market lows and that this thing is about to fly. Speaking of big boys, MicroStrategy has bought 301 more Bitcoin for $6 million, and that brings their total up to 130,000 Bitcoin. I think that is roughly $2.5 billion US dollars as of the time of recording. JP Morgan is saying that Bitcoin and crypto industries will rise sooner rather than later, and I tend to agree. As you know, I've been starting to put it out there that I believe this bull market is only 50 odd days away, so not a lot of time to accumulate at these lows. Binance has also hinted the launch of a MasterCard product that would allow Brazilians to pay with cryptocurrencies using a debit card, similar to the card launched in Argentina last month. So check that out. This is adoption. This is real world use case made possible, of course, by Lightning. And Lightning continues to make new highs in the network capacity. Colorado has become the first US state to accept Bitcoin for the payment of taxes. Are you seeing what I'm saying? Are you seeing this stuff? We are so close to the tide turning. All of these things do not happen right before Bitcoin crashes to $3,000 or $5,000 or $10,000. In addition, the royal family of Dubai company CEO has said that a large number of companies are ready to embrace Bitcoin as legal tender for transactions. As legal tender for transactions. See this right here? This is the biggest news I have seen in ages. The EU has finalized text of cryptocurrency legislation according to CoinDesk. So again, everything is falling into place. We're seeing institutional grade custody, institutional grade offering in terms of trading and accumulation instruments. We are seeing the big boys partner with like BlackRock and Coinbase. We are seeing places like Dubai offer this thing as legal tender. We're seeing Binance roll out MasterCards and debit cards all around the world, and this of course is going to continue. Plan B has pointed out that where we are today is very, very similar to the prior bear market and the prior bear market. 400, 3,000 and now 20,000. In 4 years' time, we will likely be having this same sort of conversation again. And this, of course, is a great time to accumulate Bitcoin. ISM prices paid has fallen off a cliff. It's declined by over 34% in 5 months. This is the 5th largest contraction in history. Since 1949, the S&P 500 was over 10% higher and after 12 months, with a 100% hit rate following such a drop. This is not the sort of data that tells us these lows are about to get destroyed. Not to mention, retail-only put-call ratio tells us that the S&P is likely gearing up for a massive move. Retail traders have loaded up on way too many puts, meaning they are betting that the market will go down. Historically, this is not a time to be short the market. Risk appetite has officially hit the worst reading since early 2000s. We're worse than 2008 as well. This is unseen levels of pessimism, and I think this sets us up to see some level of pain to the upside play out. Or, of course, perhaps this is the first time in history that the majority in the herd is right, and that everyone is on the right side of this trade, and the majority is going to make money by shorting the stock market. If you found value here today, I'd appreciate it if you could drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're not already. Make sure you come back tomorrow morning, UK time, and check out the deep dive I'll be doing on the FOMC. Be safe today. There's going to be a lot of scam wicks. There's going to be a lot of games and volatility. Might be best to let the dust settle. That's certainly what I'm going to be doing. But in the meantime, take care of yourself. All the best from me. Cheers.